What's up everyone, this is CoyneDawg here with another GTA video. So in this video I'm going to be doing a bit of a showcase of the Spectre that's come out today, and also my initial thoughts on its performance towards the end of the video as well. So the car comes from Benny's, as have most of these vehicles that we've been having released recently, like the Italy GTB, etc. So the car costs $599,000, which for one of the most recent cars is a reasonably priced car, to be honest. And yeah, then you've obviously got to pay the extra fee to have it customised by Benny at a later date. So as I said, it's made by, I think you say it, Dewbauchee, does that sound right? Who brought us the Massacro as well, and the 770, so they've got a bit of a history of giving us good cars, so hopefully this one will also be decent. So we just have a look at the car first before we customise it at Benny's. So in terms of the end armour and the brakes, etc., that's all the same. The bumpers, there's only one front bumper to choose from on the standard vehicle, and it's the same on the rear bumper. It's not even a bumper for the rear, it's a tow eye, which is pretty disappointing, to be honest. There was a lot of options on the Italy GTB last week on the standard vehicle. Same with the exhaust, there's only one to choose from. Obviously the headlights as normal. There's not really a lot of customisation that you can do on this vehicle at all. Same with the skirts, there's just one. And one spoiler. So yeah, this in terms of customization, if you're purchasing this car for the customization aspect of it, then you definitely need to pay the extra to get it upgraded, because there just isn't anything that you can really do with it to make it look different to anyone else's, unless you do the upgrade. So the upgrade costs $189,000, which again is fairly reasonable for a Benny's upgrade, considering what some of these other cars have cost at Benny's over the years. And the initial changes that you can quite clearly see are the bigger fenders on the wheel arches and the vents on the bonnet. The back looks slightly different as well. So they're the initial changes. But when we go into the bumpers, etc., now you can see there's a hell of a lot to choose from, which it's quite surprising how many more they add on this vehicle for the custom option, when you think about the Italy GTB that had a lot of options already last week. So you've got anything from the big lips to the smaller ones there. So I've gone for a smaller one. When we go around the back, they're not really bumpers. They're all based around the diffuser. So you can have big diffusers or lip diffusers and all those sort of things. So I just like a relatively normal one. So I think I'll go for that. And then we've got the chassis, so the fenders again. You seem to be able to do this on a lot of the Benny's cars, to be honest. So you can change them to all sorts of different colours and etc, etc. I said I don't really like the bolts that you can see on a lot of these, so I think I'll probably just go for the smooth arches, to be honest, because I think they look quite smart. The engine, so interestingly there's no options to change the colour of the engine and all that sort of stuff, which we got quite often see on the Benny's vehicles. Exhaust, so we've still got 4 or 5 exhausts. A lot of them are the side exit, which I'm not sure whether I like them coming out there. The blue one looks okay because it kind of hides it a little bit, but it's a bit strange to have a side exhaust on a sports vehicle like this. You wouldn't normally see a car that has that sort of exhaust. The horns obviously all as normal. The interior, which you guys know I'm never a big fan of in terms of customization, but it's there if you want to spend the money on it. But just as I said, bear in mind that the prices you're paying for all these things, which are ridiculous, 34 grand for a different coloured dash, etc., and you don't get any performance benefit from them. I think, as I said before, you could probably spend 150, 200,000 pounds changing the colour of the inside of the car for absolutely no benefit, unless you drive around in first person everywhere, which most people don't. You're not even going to see it much, so just think about that. Unless you've got money to spend, then I wouldn't bother. Xenon headlights, of course. So the liveries, so we've got some quite interesting liveries here from the look of it. I think when I do the paint job video, which will probably be tomorrow's, there'll be some good liveries that we can make using these liveries. Unfortunately they're quite expensive, so that's going to burn up a lot of money when I'm playing with the liveries, I guess, but still, never mind. But yeah, I do quite like these. That Corker's baseball livery is quite nice. I don't like that end one, that's horrible. I definitely won't be using that one. Number plates, etc., that's all the same. The skirts, so again we've got a lot of skirts in varying lengths. They're basically a similar design, all of them. It just gets a little bit longer each time as you go down. Certainly a lot more than you had on the original one where we just had the one to choose from. But yeah, no, good selection. I'm quite happy with that. The spoilers, so we've got a lot of spoilers here. There's quite a few nice looking spoilers for this car. Not that one. Quite a lot of and all that one. There's a lot of nice looking smaller spoilers though that suit the car well, and then as always we've got the the equal share of ridiculous spoilers, and then that strange little drag spoiler there as well. But yeah, no, I quite like the selection of spoilers they've given us. There's definitely quite a lot of different ones there that I would use on my vehicles. The suspension obviously is always the same. It's all the normal. So obviously you want to lower that to get the performance. Same with the transmission. That's always the same. Turbo again, always the same. The wheels. So the standard wheels aren't too bad on it in terms of how they look. But obviously you want the better tyres and all that sort of stuff. So I normally put carbon high-end wheels on cars. I think that's without spending loads and loads of money and time trying out different ones. I think that's a wheel that goes with almost every car straight away. So yeah, I recommend that one, to be honest. The custom tyres, of course, and the bulletproof tyres. Got to have them, and then the windows. I always put black tints, completely black tints, because if you're in free roam, it always helps that people can't easily see your head, is what I think. So in terms of my initial thoughts on the performance, so this isn't a official lap time or anything like that. This is literally the third lap I've done with this car. So in terms of how it drives, it's actually quite a nice car to drive, to be honest. I didn't take long to get a good handle on it. The only thing I would say is it feels like it's lacking a lot down the straights in terms of acceleration and top speed. In terms of cornering and braking, it feels quite good. The brakes on it are pretty good. They're certainly better than the Italy GTBs felt, as I've discovered with the 3 or 4 laps that I've done with it. But it just feels quite sluggish on the coming out of corners. I'm sure that this isn't going to be anywhere near the lap times of the Elegy or anything like that, which is a bit of a shame, to be honest, because it's a nice looking car. It's obviously loosely based around an Aston Martin, as the Dewbauchee cars always are. But yeah, my gut feeling is this is not going to be a good performing car, to be honest, in terms of its overall lap time. I am aware from some things that I've read and all that sort of stuff that the normal car is supposedly faster than the custom, so I think probably what I will do is when I do my performance testing video, which will probably be on Thursday, I will probably compare the two cars and then also do a lap with the Elegy just to see how it compares. But yeah, that's my initial thoughts on the car. So that's it, guys, to be honest. Thanks very much for watching. I'll be back again tomorrow, probably with a paint job video for this car, so make sure you subscribe for that. Thanks very much.